Hi, my name is BigFuzzyYak. I am a variety streamer. I used to be solely a mobile gamer that played Call of Duty Mobile, and that's where I had originally got my following from. But I decided to branch out because I had a gaming PC and it was just sitting there collecting dust. And now I play so many amazing games, and I got invited to this amazing event called Timeless Gaming Convention. So here it is. I've stopped at a service center because I have a weak bladder. Yeah. But we're on our way to Timeless and I'm so excited. And I just see more people that are gonna be attending, and it's gonna be just so fun to see everybody and hang out and have a good time. So I'm super excited. I gotta do it again.
Physically or mentally, keeping up with the treadmill of content. What challenges do you face mentally, and how have you overcome it?
Hi there, I'm BigFuzzyYak, and I got to go to Timeless Gaming Convention. It was up in Bury. I had a lot of fun at the event. Unfortunately, I didn't get to film all of the floors and the levels and do like a walkthrough. I know I usually really like to do like a walkthrough at things, but because I've been going through some like medical complications and stuff this year, and I can get very tired very easily. And with it being very crowded with a lot of people, it's kind of hard to do that type of thing. But I did get some footage from the event, and I did record some of the content creator panel, which I really enjoyed listening to because they had a lot of information just in general with their own experiences. And it's always great to hear other experiences from other content creators because you can just relate to it on so many levels, just like good things and bad things. And you can relate because you can be like, I've been there too, and I know what that's like, and I know how that feels. And so that was a really cool experience to be able to watch this panel.
Very much like if I want to cover cozy games for a week, I can do that. If I want to do FPS, I can do that. And my content's quite nice in that. And then doing that allows me, obviously, strategizing. I can do whack out all of my content in a couple of days for like the week. Then that gives me the week to, focus on friendships, my relationship with my partner, and travel and stuff like that. So quite lucky in that sense. But I think as these two cover, like mental health is so important. But one of the beautiful things is everyone deals with it in their own way. So speaking to everyone, you'll learn something, and obviously you're not alone. Everyone else is here doing the same thing. Yeah.
So like, so you're essentially like your own boss. You don't have anyone keeping you in check and being like, why have you not done this yet? And I struggle with like feeling really guilty if I plan to do something that day and it doesn't get done. And I kind of spiral from that. It just has to be one thing, like a small thing that I told myself I was going to do and I didn't do, like a specific, I didn't finish editing this video. So I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I cut down the live streaming, because I'd say I'd live stream 3 days a week and I'd just miss one live stream and that would be it then. Like, I'd be screwed for the whole week. I'd feel like a bad content creator, like I'm a failure and all that. So now that I only do once a week, just that knowing that because it's only once a week, I can definitely do it. And then I do the one stream and I'm like, feeling really proud of myself, you know, I'm like, I kept to that schedule. I stuck to the schedule and I did it. And it kind of keeps me in a better mind state altogether. It is kind of the same thing as avoiding burnout, essentially, but it's interesting. You kind of have to commit to the things that you've told yourself you're going to do. So just not giving yourself too much to commit to in the first instance, I think is the biggest hurdle. Just understand your boundaries of like, okay, what can I realistically do today and don't put too much on your plate, and then kind of let yourself kind of feel happy about it when you've done it, like and accomplished. I don't know, just be realistic, I guess, is my point, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have struggled so much with that part. But also, the fear of missing out, the FOMO. I struggle a lot with the fact that there are so many releases every day, so many codes sent over every day, and most of the time, unfortunately, I create long-form content with music, with many me playing violin or electric guitar and bass guitar, creating arrangements. So it takes a long time to create actual content for my channel. What I try to do is to cover the titles I am the most passionate about for the soundtrack, and accept the fact that I cannot always cover all the titles, because unfortunately I am just one person and I forget that bigger content creators, sometimes they have a team behind, etc. Whenever you think that you are just one and you need to prioritize, it also helps a lot the fact that maybe your anxiety levels go down by accepting this. But yeah, this is my struggle.
So I think it's very important to say that we are our biggest critic and we are the ones who put way too much pressure on ourselves. So my biggest advice is, first take care of yourself. Make sure you eat healthy. And I'm not bullshitting, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot entertain other people. It's that simple. So take the breaks you need, get your walks in. The most importantly thing is, do not compare yourself to other people, because you're going to see people are all different sizes. People are bigger or smaller. You're going to go, man, they're way more successful, but you do not see the full picture. You only see like one moment in their life. You don't know that person has been working 60 hours last week on doing their amazing live stream, their video. You do not know they have a whole team of marketing geniuses helping them. So the best thing you can do is look at your own achievements if you're really feeling low, and take solace in that. You've done something great. Put up milestones for yourselves, like, you know what, I did this, I did this. And also talk to other people in the field, because it's very important to get feedback from others to see how they are. Like I said, tune in with other streamers, check in how they're doing. Or your friends and your family can also be very, very important in this. And I think balance is also key. You need to balance your private life and your content creation life, because when you're a content creator, you're giving a lot of yourself out there, especially on social media. So it's very important you limit yourself, get the balance in order, and most important, do not compare yourselves to others, ever. The only person you should compare yourself is yourself.
These guys were expecting softball questions and we just went straight in with mental health. That says thank you for being honest, for being raw, for being genuine. Beautiful point made about networks and connections and keeping all those friends. A lot of people see content creators, I know I did for a long time, as almost an other, a different. Messaging them is illegal. It's wrong. It's out of reach. You can drop us most messages on Twitter, on Discord. If you're thinking about trying, I can't message on Twitter anymore, but I've turned it on so you still can. If you're thinking about getting into content creation and you want to talk to someone who you admire, who you respect, who you look up to, chances are they will try and respond. We're all very busy, but we do this because we love this. Yeah. And if you love what we do, we want to talk to you about it as well. So thank you for being so genuine and so passionate and so raw with those. I've got two questions to tie together now. How the hell did you start doing this? What were you doing before? What made you start doing it? And when was that switch, that moment where you went, hang on, there's a thing here. I can do this. So how did you start? And at what moment did you realise it might be realistic to keep going? We're about to go first. We've gone down the line, we've gone down the other line. Let's start in the middle.
I have the best spot here as well. You're ruining it for me. Alright, well I've not had time to think about this, so we're just going for it. So, I am 32 and I've been making content for a very long time now, since before really there was even any platforms that you could reasonably upload content to. Like YouTube wasn't even really YouTube at that point. It was like back in like the original Minecraft days, maybe even before that. Twitch was just in TV. I don't even know if any of you remember that, but yeah, I'm feeling kind of old already saying this. But so I was just playing games anyway. Like I always had an interest in games. Like my parents got me a PC after I played a lot of PlayStation games, and I did this typical COD content early on in the days, Minecraft COD, and then my friend was like, oh, I've got this VR headset, you want to try it? And I was like, yeah, sure. It was like the original HTC Vive, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then Beat Saber came out, and there was like multiplayer, you could play it together, and he was really into like dance music. And we were like vibing out in like the living room. My mum was like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm just dancing in the living room with this headset on, and she's like, what is happening to the youth today? And the more I started leaning into VR, the more I was like, this could be really big one day. I mean, even now I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think I got into a really good niche early on with it. Like, it was terrible content early on, don't get me wrong. It was just me literally dancing in my parents' living room with terrible wallpaper in the background. But yeah, it kind of went from there. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to niche down with this. It was actually only really maybe a year ago now that I quit my job, and that was after I hit 1 million followers. Like I had 1 million followers on TikTok, and I was still working full time. I only relatively recently thought, you know what, like I think I probably could survive, and my cats also can survive on this money if I just keep going with it. And the more popular VRs have got, the more sponsorships I'm getting. Like nowadays, chances are if a new VR game comes out and they want a creator to sponsor the game and just advertise the game, I'm quite often one of the people that they contact. So I think I'm in a really good spot right now. And yeah, that's just kind of how we got here.
Amazing.
Oh, sorry.
I've been summoned and shouted at. That's cool. So I've been making content, maybe not as long as you, I hate to. But for, almost shy of a decade now, and I think that I always say that I kind of like rebirthed my content about 2 years ago. I used to, about 6 or 7 years ago, I used to stream Dota 2, and I won't play that in ages. But I basically streamed for like six times a week. I was doing about 5 or 6 hours a stream, and it was really long, and I wasn't able to maintain friendships, and I couldn't juggle everything. So I kind of 2 years ago I kind of had a realization. I was like, do I keep doing streaming because I just didn't really enjoy doing it full time? How do I basically have a presence doing what I enjoy, having like an outlet, and I can still do my job that I like now? I was like, how can I do this? I was like, 2 years ago I sat down, thought about doing all the short form stuff, doing that 2 times a day, and I really thought I nailed it. I was like, this is amazing. And then now I look back at TikTok, that's like a 2 years ago or a year ago, film's been on it, and it's like, it reminds you how awful your content was at the time. It's always a nice reminder. I look back and I'm like, what was I doing? But if I didn't switch, though, if I didn't think of it and kind of work out, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Personally, for me, it didn't fit me. I was like, well, what can I do? And I just really sat down and took about a month thinking about it. And now I stream for fun. I stream 2 times a week, if that. Because I had the same thing as you. I feel guilty if I miss it. But now I'm like, if I miss it, I'm like, I miss it. It's not really quite nice for me. But again, it works for me. It's not going to work for everyone else. But I think definitely thinking long term is super important. I think a lot of people think short term, and but I think it's each creator is different and each path's going to be different. So talking to someone is more than recommended, because you'll never be able to copy someone, but you can definitely take their inspiration and kind of put it into your content and kind of make your own route. But definitely think about what you want in the long term and bring that into what you want now as well.
I was gonna say, I feel like a baby compared to veterans on this panel. About 3-4 years ago, when it was pandemic, peak lockdown, so I lost my job to furlough.
We'll look for you now.
I came home and I was like, what do I do now? And Call of Duty Warzone came out and I just spent my entire day just playing games. I wasn't a content creator at all, I didn't stream, nothing at all, and then I realised I have all these cool collector's editions at home. Let me just start taking pictures of them and posting online. Started posting. It was all just for fun, just for me, because I had all these cool things. And then about a year into doing that just for fun, someone would DM me and say, oh, we want to send you this for free. And I was like, free? And then more things just used to come for free. And then fast forward a bit more and was like, we want to pay you money to take pictures of this. And I was like, wait, I can make money from this? And then I had to, like I said, the part where it clicked for me, like, I can do something with this. So I rebranded my entire page, put myself out there as a content creator, and then figured out how to monetize myself, become a bit more professional with the way I approach myself to brands, and then I started emailing brands and like, oh, this is what I can do. And a lot of the brands would say, oh, this is awesome, we want to send you this, and this is how much budget is. And from there, it just sort of kicked off, and it's been a learning curve. So it started off with pictures, and then when Instagram did the thing where they were like, screw pictures, it's all about videos now. I was like, oh, mate, I don't even know how to make videos, so I was filming my phone, everything wasn't great. I learned how to make videos, and I learned, and I just try and got better and better, and here I am today. So, yeah.
So how I started. I first started playing the violin, to be fair. So I started when I was 7 years old playing the violin and playing games at the same time because I received my first PlayStation 1 in the meantime with Final Fantasy 7 there, of course. And when I played those games, especially Final Fantasy 7 with all of the Nobuo Uematsu soundtrack, I started realizing I loved so much the music that I had to play it on the violin. So when I was kind of able to do decent sounds on the violin, I started playing all of the video game soundtracks along with all of my classical pieces because I had to have a classical formation. So when I started looking at the internet, this new thing that came up with a very huge PC that I had in the house with all of those weird websites. But yes, so I realized that I could actually create something with what I was doing in my free time in my room. So around 2010, 2011, I started creating videos with a very old camera with me playing the violin on the music that I really loved. And once I realized that I loved it so much, I started also publishing all of these videos on my YouTube channel. And I actually realized that people like to listen to violin with video game soundtracks, but I also realized that I really loved metal in the meantime because I became a teenager rebel, so I had to mix up all of those things together. That's a very short version of the story, I'm so sorry. So I mixed up everything and realized that the internet loved it, especially on my YouTube channel. And the more it grew, the more I realized that after uni I really wanted to do that. So more than becoming a content creator, I decided to become a musician that does that on video games events. I did a lot of Italian stages, events, Comic-Con conventions, etc. And I also, in the meantime, recorded my performances and my content. So my jump was really going to my first conventions and talking to people, networking as much as I could, and understanding how to arrive to the stage, as much as how to arrive to the game developers. Because if you know game developers and show the love that you have for your content, they actually send you freebies, and that's quite useful for you, for channels, etc. But yes, so my jump was more on the music side, so I became a musician in the games industry and in the metal industry thanks to the YouTube and thanks to all the content that I did, because it helped a lot to promote everything around it.
Okay, so my story is very different. I started content creation because I had a very bad illness, which almost took my life, but I survived. But I needed an inspiration in life to go on again because I was really drained. So my husband said, why don't you stream on Twitch? I'm like, what's wrong with you? I don't want to stream on Twitch. I was really against it all because I thought I didn't have what it takes. I'm like, you know what, I have nothing to lose. So I put on the computer, started streaming Minecraft, figured out it's not for me. I started doing other streams. I'm like, I don't really like this. So one day I just sat down. I have a very old retro collection. I'm like, oh, I have a Sega Dreamcast. I have a way to stream it on the computer. Let's just see what happens. And I noticed people really loved, I used original hardware to showcase how the original hardware works, how the games are made. That before I used to tell the audience about the history of the games that I play and why they mean so much to me, why I want to show them out, and why I want to stream these games. Well, as time came by, I had indie developers and all kinds of developers finding my channel, reaching out to me, sending me their games that works on old original hardware. I thought, okay, this is amazing. I didn't even know that people made new games for the Mega Drive. So as that went on, I suddenly got invited to gaming conventions. I even got partnerships and sponsorships going on now. So it's because that unfaithful thing that happened in hospital and my love for retro gaming, that I figured out retro gaming is what I really love to do because it's something I grew up with my entire life. And because of retro gaming, I can also give back to animals because that's my other passion. So I always donate 20% of what I earn to all the shelters around the world.
So, for me, I originally started watching a friend of mine. He moved back to Oz, and he was streaming on Mixer, shout out to that platform. I was like talking to him, and I was like, how is it? And he's like, yeah, it's good. And at that time, I moved from London to the Midlands, so I had no one around. Like, all my friends were London-based, and then my only, like, good friend moved to Australia, and I was like, I don't know where to communicate with people, so I started streaming for me to kind of make friends, like, and that sounds kind of like, oh, that's a bit sad. But generically, I was like, what's the worst that can happen? I can either build a friendship with someone and then it goes well, or I just play games and people watch me for playing Call of Duty. And then streamed on Mixer, I moved the platform over to Twitch, and then just continued to do what I was doing. And then, again, just built friendships with people, and a friend was like, oh, I'm partnering with an energy drink company. Funny enough, it's Sleep. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And she's like, have you ever tried it before? I was like, no, I've tried another flavor, like another brand before, but never tried it. And she's like, yeah, you should try it out. Tried it. I was like, oh, it's good. Took a few promotional shots of it, and then I'd have like displays on the background, and I was like, just thought nothing of it. I was like, yeah, I've got like a little code if anyone wants to use it, like new affiliate links. I was like, yeah, if anyone uses it, I get a bit of a cutback to it, just letting you know, being honest. And then from that, it went really, really well. Like, my code was used like 30 times in 5 days. And I was like, damn, this is cool. And then Sleep reached out to me directly and was like, yeah, we want to get you as a partner. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then from that, it kind of just stemmed off from like that to working with Activision for like a Call of Duty event, which was cool. And I've worked with many other brands, like worked with Ubisoft. I'm a 2K partner, Ubisoft partner, Wire Productions partner. And again, no matter how big or small you are, take your shot. The worst that you can get is a no. And they can be like, you know what, we'll keep an eye out on you. But as long as you put yourself forward and you don't go, you know what, nah, I'm not going to reach out to these brands. All they're going to say is, nah, not today. And it's not a no forever, it's just a no now. And who knows, 2-3 months down the line, they can look at your content going, you know what, he's actually got this now. Yeah, we'll actually get you on board. And then, lo and behold, you can either get keys for games or even get paid for it. So it's kind of cool.
Round of applause to all of them. That was beautiful. These guys get asked the same questions day after day after day, but this is different. This is nice. This is real, and this hopefully is giving you the information that you want to have. The through line, the consistent thread that all those answers had, as cheesy as this sounds, is love. They loved what they do. And even if they started on something they thought, hey, this is popular, and then a few months in they're like, but I don't love it. Someone said, you know, this is a dream job. It might not be your dream to play Roblox or Fortnite or Rocket League. If your dream is to play a random game that no one's heard of, and you play it and it turns out that you're pretty good at it, That's a YouTube channel, right there. I've watched a guy finish Roller Coaster Tycoon in so many different ways. I've watched a guy no-hit run all of the Dark Souls, Elden Ring games. We've seen all that stuff before because someone loved it. And you love it because they love it, and they love it because this is who they are. So now, what skill have you had to learn within your content creation career that you did not think you would ever have to learn? What completely blindsided you? Like, I expect I'm going to have to set the camera up. I expect I'm going to have to edit something. But I didn't expect that I would have to... what? Who would like to go first? An unexpected moment in your career. Go for it, man.
Yeah, I'll start. So again, I've mentioned a couple of times I suffer from mental health issues, so I'm a pretty big advocate for it. So I'd say 5 years down the line. Also, trigger warning. Just want to shout that out now. So if anybody does want to hear it, please cover your ears or leave the room for 5 seconds. So about 5 years ago, on my birthday, I normally do one like birthday stream. Made like a big deal out of it, bigged it up, and had a really good outcome. A guy who was a viewer of mine at the time came into my stream. Was like, "Hi, I'm having a really bad spill in mental health. I just want to say bye." I was like, "Oh, like what? Just leaving?" He's like, "No. Here's my donation. Gave me like £150, and that's all I've got in my bank. Good luck." I was like, "What do you mean, good luck?" And then off of that, I contacted a mod of his, and I was like, "You need to get in contact with family, friends." And then this is all happening during my live stream. So I'm sitting there, I'm playing Among Us, and I'm like, "Guys, give me like 10 minutes. I'm just gonna make a phone call." Called him, didn't answer his phone, and then luckily enough, I knew his partner on Instagram, so I called her phone. She was like, "Yeah, we're going to the house now to make sure he's okay." And luckily enough, they got to his house in time. And yeah, things from that kind of spilled like bad, and through that, I was like, didn't know how to handle it, but it made me stronger as a person because, again, you'll never expect it, even from a random person. But he reached out to me like, weirdly enough, like 2 months ago. He was like, "Look, I'm really sorry what happened." It took him a while to apologise, but I'm not expecting an apology. He was a friend of mine, he was a part of my community, and I just wanted to be there for him. And yeah, lo and behold, he's good now, he's doing well, he's got a new family, he's got a new job, and he's thriving. So just hearing that alone was nice, but yeah, it can take a toll, but just honestly keep it up and look after yourselves. And
can we have a round of applause? That saved the man's life!
I think one of the things I'm still learning, I've always been learning, is how to portray yourself online. As a content creator, I think there's a fine line and balance of talking about games, talking about tech, but once I realised I had some sort of a platform, how to portray yourself, speaking up about world events, speaking up about things that mean a lot to you, and how that can sometimes affect propositions from brands. Some brands don't like to see that kind of thing, and then you have to make a decision of when do I stop talking about this because I want to get a partnership, or do I continue being true to who I am, continue talking about it, and whatever happens after that happens. I think it's important for everyone to know where they sit and where they stand, and finding that balance of talking about games, talking about tech, but also being yourself, not letting emotions get the better of you. When you see something that you don't like, there's a professional way of dealing with it. There's seeing other people having arguments or whatever it might be. How you portray yourself online is really important. I think that's something that I've had to learn, and I'm still learning. I'm still picking things up, and I'm still trying to be the best version of myself online as I am in person as well. So I think it's a skill that I didn't realise I had to learn as a content creator, but I'm picking it up as I go along.
Are we going to be back to going down the line? I think the only thing that really I can think of at the moment, I had two people to think about, so I'm glad I think of first, but I can't beat your story either. But I think one thing that I really struggled with is like asking for things, and I feel like you have like stages in your content creation career, that's a mouthful. And you have to like figure out when it's the right time to ask for things, whether it's getting keys or products or pay. And now that I've done all those three things, I don't think I was ever prepared to be like, because I'm always, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm always like, hey, if I need this thing, I'll just go and get it myself. Like, I hate to be like, hi, by the way, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you know, these brands and these companies and these people want you to use their products, use their like test their games, cover their games. But I think it's the right game, the right products for each creator personally. But I just hated asking for things. I had to learn how to be like, hi, like, you know, I'm so and so, I do this. Like, I would like this to do this, or I would like that, so I can do this idea. I feel like asking for things is definitely not something that it took me a good year or so to kind of get around to be confident. But I remember at first I was like, hi, can I have this please? And I was like, it's not gonna work, you know. But I feel like that was definitely like a big thing for me.
So I'm like no computer whiz by any means, but when content was like kind of early on, you would just kind of capture your game on the monitor, and then you would have your camera that would capture you if you used a webcam. But then I started seeing, when I started VR, that you could record in a way where you can put yourself into the game. And I was like, how the hell can I do that? And it was around COVID time, and I was just at home on my own, not really doing anything. I was just stuck in the house for like 2 years straight. And I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do this. And it's like way more complicated than you would ever think, especially in like a UK house that's like really small and you don't have a lot of space to work with. But yeah, now looking at my studio, it's like just completely bright green, you know, like the whole green screen thing, so that you can insert yourself into the game. And I don't know, I just think it gives a way cooler perspective. Like, I'm part of the game now. But it took a long time to learn, honestly. Like, it was a lot of back and forth, and even then there wasn't a lot of like stuff online on how to learn it either. There's just no resources. Like, how do I put myself inside a VR game? But it took me a long time. I've got all the lighting now, a PC setup and everything. My room looks insane. It's not exactly the best interior design, it's just neon green. But I think that was a really cool skill to learn, and I'm kind of proud that I actually got to the end of it, and now I can create content like that quite easily.
What I learned on the more personal level, thanks to content creation, was to actually go and talk to strangers, talk to people, find the courage to maybe say hello to someone that I only met online, because sometimes we undervalue that, but me as an introvert, I fake a lot outgoing personality sometimes, just because it's so difficult to actually talk to someone that you never saw in your life before, but a photo online. So every now and then I need to kind of force myself to do that. I also do it by speaking at events like this one, and it really helps. The more you do it, the more you feel confident of doing so, and it's very helpful in general for this kind of job. So yeah, that's what I learned.
Oh wow, what I learned about being a content creator, well, there's so many aspects. It's the personal growth, like you just said, really wonderful, because I was a super introvert and I had to learn the skills to actually reach out to people, talk to people, to build like collaborations. I'm like, well, if I sit here on my butt and do nothing, it's never going to happen. So you actually learn to embrace the unknown. You learn to embrace the unknown and to get your name out there. Two, you become a manager of all trades. You become your own social media manager, your own video editor, your own research, your own data analysis. You also learn to train your mods up per channel, because everyone has their own rules on how to keep your audience safe. So you become like a CEO overnight. When I say CEO, I'm not talking about a billionaire, but like you're managing your own company. Not many people realize this, but being a content creator, you're actually having your own company, and you have to get all these wheels to work in perfect harmony, or watch the train wreck, whatever you prefer, but it works.
Thank you again for being so honest and raw and brutal with what you've experienced living this life. And we have a lovely question, really interesting one. I'll give you some context. I'm quite good at Elden Ring, but if you watch my Twitch streams, you might not think that. Because when I'm Twitch streaming, there is a level of attention that I have to give to the game and to the audience. You have to use the game as a medium to entertain. So, the question was, when you are performing, when you are live streaming, when you're making videos, if you want to give the best gameplay, you would just lock in, sit silent, and play the game. But we can't do that. We've got to entertain. How do you balance being actually good at the game with entertaining the people who are watching you, hoping you're good at the game? This is specifically for people who play games on live stream. Let's start at the end.
Come.
Oh wow, it is amazing! Can you send me this list?
Ladies and gentlemen, please put together for your host, the wonderful MC Lee!
Hi, welcome to me. I'm Enzy. I'm a Just Dance cosplayer, content creator, and I've done a lot of work with Just Dance. Over in the corner, I have my lovely judges who will be judging the finalists today. We have Kamara, Ash, and Alex. They will be picking a top four. Everyone who is dancing in this final gets a prize. Everyone gets something. Oh wow! So nobody walks away with anything, which is nice. Our first place prize, I wish to was here. There was a photo shoot, an SSD, and a card thing from Samsung. I don't know tech things. I just dance, it's great. Okay, would our finalists like to make their way onto the stage for me? We have the lovely Tilly, we have the lovely Mike, we have Danny, we have Ellie, we have everybody. Are we ready? Yeah! Are you all excited? Are you nervous? Yeah. Did anyone find out the song that I picked yet? Oh, that's fun for me. Okay, hang on. I have to be able to see the song.
Oh! Jeez.
to make decisions, which I feel like I'm fighting over right now looking at the expression that Cammy just pulled.
Judges.
Do we have the result?
Yes.
We do? Come hither. Tell us all about it. Come tell us your thoughts. Okay, and now run around and dish out prizes as you say the names.
Everyone was amazing. I think we can all agree, right? Like, that's good to go because it's something that you're all incredible, so well done.
I mean, we did spend the first like 2 minutes going through what we could do. We can't explain. But we do need to rank you. So, in fourth place, we have Emily.
So in third place we have Michael.
Yeah, good present.
Now, first and second was very difficult, as was all the rankings. But I guess we should announce the winner right now, yeah? Because second will be the other winner. So the winner is Tilly. Well done, Danny, as well, of course.
Amazing, everybody, amazing. You're all doing fantastic. It's been really fun to host Just Dance here today. I'm sure the judges will agree. It's been a really good time. So thank you for having us and thank you for being here to watch. That's a wrap, I guess. Unless you want to dance.
Yeah, no.
Louder, laddies, up so you do.
I have not. I apologise in advance.
You don't know what you've got yourself into. I've got fans with nothing left to do. I'm gonna make you,
I see you trying to climb in my soul. I guess it's a good thing I'm not improved. I'm gonna make you move, I'll make you move. I'll make you move. I see you trying to climb in my soul. I guess it's a good thing I'm not improved. I'm gonna make you move, I'll make you move. I'll make you move.
So, thank you. Amy's the biggest fan of Sneak, was over the moon that we got Sneak at the event. So we deliberately managed to get some extra Sneak stuff just for you to say thank you so much as your going away present. Thank you for everything you do. She also just said she hates me. The format here. We've had some of the team that do lots of Video Game Expo, right? We try and support as many events. We shout out about WASD in London. These are people that put on independent gaming events, which mean lots to devs, people who play games, gaming fans, families who spend their days playing games and enjoying it. Everyone in here, because of you supporting those events, that's what makes gaming great again, and hopefully we can get things back on track. There's a lot of solo devs out there that count on us to put on events like this, which is amazing. And without each and one of your support being here, none of these events exist. So please, 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 keep supporting independent gaming events, because we love you and we want you to love the events we put on. Cheers.
There's one other thing I really wanted to mention about Timeless Gaming Convention is that they also had this like cosplaying competition going on, and I thought it was like really cool to see this person was dressed as Blastoise. It was like the coolest thing I had ever seen. I saw his costume. I was like, oh my god. I like totally fangirled this Blastoise costume. And I know some cosplayers that I've met last year at EGX, and I've been following them and their stories and their journeys, and just like seeing them get excited about who they want to cosplay, and then making their costumes and how they do their makeup and how they design their costumes. It's been like really, really inspiring. I used to feel like I was creative back in the day, but now I don't know, with everything going on, I feel a lot less creative. So I'm always like really excited when they post anything about like how they do anything about creating their cosplay, like what inspired them, what materials they're using, what techniques they're doing, when they actually make footage just showing how that they're making it, measuring out their materials and stuff so it fits them. Like I have so much respect for cosplayers now. Back in the day, I was just like, oh, people cosplay, okay. But now it's like, it has massively like blown up and got so much traction, and like so many more people do it now. So it's been like really cool to watch these creators on their journey and how they just make everything and bring it to life, and just see their love and passion for it. And I think it's just so cool. So seeing this cosplay competition was pretty cool. I guess maybe the people that were dressed as like Blastoise and other Pokemon were the judges, maybe, because they didn't win, because they were like, oh yeah, there's definitely a winner. And I was like, oh, is it going to be Blastoise? But Blastoise didn't win, so I was just like, I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, that's on me, because I didn't find out enough information about the competition. It was just like, oh, we're gonna have the finalists come up and pick the winners, and that was the competition that I got to see, and it was really cool, and I really enjoyed it. And I think, and then at the end they got everybody up on stage, but it got a little busy. It was hard to get like the footage of everyone, so I was like, you know what, someone else will post it. I'm just gonna yeet myself out of here. But yeah, it's really cool. If you're a cosplayer, keep it up, and yeah, definitely post your content about cosplay and making your costumes, because I find it fascinating, and if I find it fascinating, I know other people are going to find it fascinating. So post it. Just post it. And it's good to post for yourself, because then you can go back and reflect on it and be like, how did I make this? What did I do for this? Did I like using that paint? Did I not like using that paint? And then you have it and it's recorded there, and it's kind of like this like little video diary that you have. So yeah, post the content, cosplayers. Post it.
Good.
Okay. Well, so here we are, back again for the cosplay final. Thank you yet again, sorry, to my beautiful cosplayers, Atom, Rosteria, and Zara. Round of applause, please. Now, I do feel like something has been missed off a little bit, so we're gonna
we're going to freestyle something right now, because Mag is bang on right. Events like this are so important, not just to the community, but also to the gamers, the developers, the whole indie scene. And I think it would be very sad if we didn't take a moment to just thank Mag for what he's done today and in the lead up to today. I don't know if you realise how important this is to everyone here that doesn't get to be themselves all the time because of whatever society imposes. So I just want to say thank you very much for giving us a space, for bringing the community together. I didn't even plan, not even one thing. What else? What else? No, dehydrated. Completely dehydrated, just crying sleep. But yeah, thank you. And thank you to your team. And thank you, of course, to Arcade Club for letting us host here. What an incredible venue. And everyone else for being here today. Thank you, everybody. So, to the prizes. What we have done, very difficult decision. We have selected a second place winner and a first place winner. And then the plan is we will get all the cosplayers back on stage and you guys will pick the third place. Yeah? Sound fair? Yeah. Good, that's what we've done. It's too late now. I don't want to do it. So, can we please have our second place winner getting this beautiful bundle from Techwear? We selected, drumroll, can anyone do a drumroll? I've got magic, thank you. Boo-ette to the stage! Obviously your posture is perfect, but it was the contact. The contact lenses through all of us in multiple ways. So well done, thank you so much. Here are your beautiful prizes. If you could just loiter around here looking wonderful, that'd be great. And then first place, I think, is probably the first time I've ever been part of a competition where the first place has felt so obvious. Everyone was so impressed by the craftsmanship, by the performance. Hopefully you will all already have guessed who we might have picked, because it really was a beautiful costume and a beautiful display. So please can we have our first place winner, Sophia, to the stage with that handmade weapons, armors and shield. Please come on through. Humble. Can you actually take the podium? Really, honestly, the amount of effort you've put into making not only the outfit, but the weapons to go with it, little soul edge on the back there, it was very much appreciated. So very, very well done, very well deserved. You are our first place winner. So if you don't mind loitering around and helping us pick the third place, that would be wonderful. Is that okay? So if we can have all of our cosplayers back on the stage, please, or anyone that wants to come in the final round. Do you want to sit down? Do you want me to roll this down? Go wherever you want to speak like that. So what we will do, in some kind of way, maybe no kind of way, I did not pick up space. So we are going to move along the rows. Can we bundle in the bigger stage next year, Mike, if you don't mind? A little bit more space.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Faz. Happy Faz Day. How are you all doing today? I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's very loud in here, but you know, I can project. I know how to do things.
So what do you stream?
I stream the games. I am a variety streamer, but everyone's a variety streamer now.
I love variety streamers.
So I push the buttons and I move the pixels, and sometimes if I'm really clever I even move the camera. No, seriously, I do pixel art, I do single player games, and I do multiplayer games. Specialities are pixel art in art. I like pixel art. Single player games is usually any story game, and anything after that, multiplayer wise, is fighting games. But I do play other fighting games.
And some Call of Duty.
I don't know what Call of Duty is. She said duty.
Call of Duty.
She said duty.
Duty.
So what do you do? No.
Nobody knows.
No, I'm breaking everything. Okay. So, what do you do?
I'm BigFuzzyYak and I am a variety streamer. I like to play a lot of shooters, some racing games, and some puzzle games. But anything that I can play multiplayer with the community is what works for me.
She likes puzzle games. I don't know where Call of Duty comes into this. I think it's the biggest puzzle game going. What makes Call of Duty the best puzzle game going?
Gunsmith. Gunsmith is a puzzle.
Gunsmith is indeed a puzzle.
I'm trying to stay out of it.
No, it's okay. We just messing about. It's not even that major.
In that case, what up?
Another thing I really liked about going to Timeless Gaming Convention is that I got to see a lot of the other creators. I got to see creators that I've known for a couple years. I got to see creators that I've met just this year at other events like WASDA, WASD, and it's just really fun. And then there's some people that I met after WASD because some creators went to go eat meals after the event, and I got to see them at this event. So that's just really cool because sometimes at these events it's really hard to get time to speak to people, especially in this event. It was quite loud and I don't hear well. So sorry, my cats are having the zoomies right now because it's 4:30 in the morning. So I apologize about that if you guys can hear that. I don't know if it's picking it up through the mic or not, but they're having the zoomies right next to me. So yeah, about that. When you go to these events, you get to see all these creators. Sometimes it's hard to actually have like one-on-one chats with everything going on because like at this one, there's a lot of games that you were able to play. And because there were so many games, like you didn't really have to wait for games unless it was like a popular game because then you could just get on another game and stuff. So sometimes it's actually hard to have like those like really meaningful conversations that you want to have with people. See, I told you my cats were having the zoomies. That was comment right there. I'm not a liar. It was yeah. So sometimes you get to have like a little bit of a conversation, a little catch up, like how are you? But sometimes you don't really get into the deeper level stuff, and that's usually what's nice about having like going out to the like meals with creators outside. But then this is also what I'm saying was so good about the creator panel because like people got to open up about some stuff about experiences that they've had with streaming and stuff, and sometimes some stuff is quite vulnerable, I guess you could say, and it's nice to know that you have people to relate to in the space, and like they're not going to treat you bad because of the experience that you went through because like they've been through it too, so they totally understand, and that's cool. So yeah, like I said, sometimes it does just kind of suck when you don't get the time to actually talk to somebody fully about like everything that's going on at these events, but it's still nice to be able to like say hi, catch up, maybe play a little game together, or just have like 1 minute chat or get a little picture together or something when you bump into them, because you know there's a lot going on at these things. They had 2 different stages that were going on that constantly had stuff going throughout the whole day, and then there were 4 levels of gaming. These cats are hold on. Sorry about that. When I stop recording, they stop having the zoomies, and then I record and they have the zoomies. So I think maybe the cats don't want me recording right now because it's 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, so I didn't sleep. So when I went to Timeless, I didn't sleep from the night before from 10 p.m. So the whole night before Timeless, I was up, and then it was like a 3.5 hour drive to get to Timeless. Because we live in London, so we had to drive all the way up to Bury. I think it's called Bury. There, yeah, it's just north of Manchester. There was a little bit of a wait to get into the event, but it was a little bit nice because I actually got to be outside and get fresh air, and it was sunny, so I got some vitamin D to absorb into my skin and my body, so that was a plus. Each floor had toilets on it, so that's good because I have inflammatory bowel disease, so toilets at locations are very, very important to me because I never know how immediately I will need access to a toilet. So the good thing is they weren't far, and because I had access to the creator lounge as well, like I didn't have to wait to use the toilet. So that was a huge plus sign for me. Because things can go very wrong if I don't have access to a toilet immediately when I need it. Living that chronic life. So as a creator, we got these cute little gift bags from the Gamer Guide that was also like sponsoring the event. There was a thing in there for Geek Retreat to get like a hot drink, but I gave that to my moderator who came out. I tried to look through it at the event, but like my brain just wasn't processing and absorbing stuff, so I get to look at it home. So this is a advert for vanilla latte iced coffee in a can. They had these in the creator lounge. I did have one and I actually did enjoy it. I was a really big fan of Monster iced coffee back in the day, but I can't seem to find it anywhere in the UK. But they have a lot of flavors for it back in America. There is whatever this is. Gaming clothing can do for you. Something about gaming clothing. Gamer clothing. So there's that. What else is there? They had hand sanitizer, which I love because like I'm a huge germaphobe because I have autoimmune disease. Like I said, I have inflammatory bowel disease. I have ulcerative colitis and I take immunosuppressants for it because my disease did get really serious again during the pandemic. And that was a really difficult time for me. And so being able to sanitize my hands and keep them clean is very important, especially at events like that because there's not a lot of people. Let's just say at events like these, there are people that wash their hands religiously, like me. There are people that are sanitizer queens and kings, like me. And there's some people that will never wash their hands and things can be dirty and so easy for somebody to play a game and you to go play the game after it and then you like scratch your face and then you're sick with something. So it's very important that they had that in there. They had masks, so that's great. If I'm not wearing any of my rings, it's because my fingers swell, so sometimes I have to take my rings off, so don't judge me for that. And then what else? 2 pins. There is the Gamer Guide pin badge, and then there is insert coin. It says doing side quests is my main quest. So we got this as well. This is like exciting for me because I made a vest where I put all my badges on it from events, pins, badges, depending on what country you're in, what you want to call these. So I can't wait to add these to my vest as well. So this is really exciting for me. So yeah, that is what was in my creator gaming bag. And like I said, there was another little thing for like a free drink, which I gave to my moderator, which that was the first time I met her in person. So Simi, I love you. Thank you so much for coming out to the event. And this is why these events are amazing, because she lives up north and I live down in London. So we live like 4 hours away from each other. And because of this event, we were finally able to meet and we got to play games. And it was just like, Simi, you're amazing. I love you. I'm so happy you came to the event. I'm so happy that you mod for me. I love how natural it just felt just being around you. Like you're amazing. So it was really nice. And I'm very grateful that you came out and got to spend some time with me and Panda. So thank you, Simi. So Timeless Gaming Convention was put on by Mags, middle-aged gamer guy. I met him at WSD. He was super nice. We were in the creator lounge and we wanted drinks and the drinks were all out. We're like, oh, imagine not having drinks for your creators. And that's not a take at was that. That's not your fault. But he was like, yeah, I have my own gaming thing and I make sure my stuff is stocked. Because me and him were like, well, let's put some more drinks in the fridge. So when other creators come, they have some cold drinks to drink. So we had like a laugh about this. So he tells me he has his own gaming event and stuff. And I'm thinking like, oh, that's far. And he kept like asking me throughout the year like if I wanted to attend and stuff, because I've had my medical issues that are going on where they require I have a hospital visit like every week and I've had procedures and sometimes I just get knocked out for like a week after my procedure and stuff. Like I just get really tired and I don't know how my body's gonna be, so like I couldn't really like commit to the event at the beginning because like I said, with my health I didn't know how I was gonna feel. So I was like, all right, I know your event's up there, it seems cool, I don't know if I'll go or not. I was on the fence. Then he has this awesome podcast that he does every week. He asked me to be on there, so I got to do an episode on his podcast. I'm so thankful for that. So thank you for that, Mags. And yeah, and he asked me, like, he's like, you can apply to be a creator if you want to be a creator at my event. And he's like really nice and warm and welcoming towards me. And we just got on and we always like laugh and stuff. And every time I saw him at Wazda, we kept being like, "You're famous." So like we continued that, and then we brought it to the podcast and we kept doing that so people were in on it. And then when we saw each other at Timeless, we kept seeing each other, we kept going, "Yay, you're famous." 'Cause, like it's our thing together. That's our joke. So it's just funny because I know he was hella knackered. He was so tired and exhausted. But he was just like pushing through and pumping through. And like that's what you have to do at these events, especially if you're the one that's like putting on the event and hosting it and creating such an amazing experience for like everyone else. You just have to push through it no matter how tired you are. And if anything goes wrong, you just have to roll with it and just raw dog it, I guess is what the Gen Z is saying, or is it this generation coming up after Gen Z? I'm getting confused with all these gens now and all their rules and their terms and stuff. But yeah, he put it on, and I was just like, I know it's up there, it's far, but I know people that live up north that I don't get to see because they can't always come down to London because everyone's like, it's so expensive to come to London and go to events in London because the venues are so pricey because they have such a high cover fee that they have to charge to have them out and stuff. So yeah, I'm happy that my health allowed me to go. I mean, I had some bad news a few weeks ago, and I've been really depressed with it, and I don't have a lot of people that I can talk to about my situation, but I did find through TikTok there's a lot of people that actually are going through my situation, and that helps just like for me to see other people's content about it, because it's something I was very embarrassed about, a situation that I feel very embarrassed about that I'm going through, and it isn't anything to even be embarrassed about, but yeah, it really messes with my self-confidence and so many things. Just when you see other people being able to do stuff and then you can't do it, and you're like, what's wrong with my body? Like, I'm so happy for them, but I just like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my body? It makes me sad. It breaks my heart. Yeah. I think one day I'll open up to you guys about what's going on, but for now, keep my fingers crossed, and I'm going to have some hope. So yeah, TikTok definitely helped with that. Yeah. All right, I had to gather my thoughts, so that's why I had to pause the video. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself. It's been a very difficult year, and to get invited to this event as a creator was very important to me. I had a lot of fun. I saw a lot of people that I've now become friends with, and I just light up when I see them. And if it's mutual, if people see me and they light up because they see me, then I absolutely love that too. I'm understanding of everybody's medical conditions that are going on because I've had a very complicated medical history. So yeah, and like I can understand how people can become hermits and have social anxiety and have troubles at these events, and I just want people to have like a positive experience when they're there, and I want people to feel safe, and I want people to know that they can always come up to me and they'll have a friend if they want to play something with me. I'm always welcome. I'm always more than willing to like play a game with somebody else so they don't have to feel alone playing a game and go to an event and feel like they went there but they didn't get to truly like experience it to the way that they wanted to, because like they're a little bit shy and timid and that type of stuff. So I like to be that person for people. Yeah, so I'm just really happy that I was able to go to the event in the end. Thank you so much to Panda for taking me to the event, because it meant the world to me to be able to go. And I think it's like helped with my depression, like being able to go and see so many people, because I've had a lot of stuff going on. I haven't really been able to talk about it, and it's just like really broken my heart, everything that's going on. I don't know if you've ever felt too tired to cry before, but yeah, I've definitely felt way too tired and exhausted to be able to even cry. When I was working at this GP surgery, this doctor gave me the best advice. She says there's only two things you can really do. One is exercise to work out the emotions out of your body, and two is to cry. And and I didn't get to go to the gym for 2 weeks after my procedure, so like I didn't have that helping to get all of my emotions out. And sometimes my emotions just come over me, like I'll just be fine, and then like all of a sudden my emotions will just come out of nowhere and I will just start crying, and I need a cry session. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that I need a cry session. And then after the event, I didn't really get much sleep. The fire alarm went off in the hotel we were staying at, and then in the morning at checkout we mentioned it, and then they tried to make it like we were lying and made it up. Like, why would we lie about a freaking fire alarm going off? If it wasn't a fire alarm, then what was it, you know? You had some alarm go off at like 3 o'clock in the morning that woke us up, and then it was hard to get back to sleep. I had trouble sleeping anyways because I don't sleep well when I'm not. When I'm sleeping away from home, I don't sleep well. Always afraid of intruders breaking in and stuff like that. So I didn't get much sleep. And then today I got to see my best friend and her partner and their baby. And before that, we did a spa as well. So the spa was super relaxing. I haven't been in water, like public water, in a long time. So that was kind of nice to actually go to the spa and have like the water just pour down on you, and it felt good, like a massage and stuff. So that was really great. And seeing my bestie and her, I was gonna say hubby, but partner, and her baby, that was a really nice experience. The car drive sucked. Yeah, driving in roads and over here. Yikes. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. Even if you click around and skip around in the video, that's fine. I do this thing when I watch YouTube videos, I watch them in double time. So I click it and put it on 2x so I can just watch things in twice the speed. Because I know a lot of creators will speak really like slowly and crisp and stuff. But sometimes my brain is like, what? So I watch it like really fast so I can just have the information just thrown at me, and then I pause it and click around. Like, that's what I do. It's very rare that I watch a video like straight through. I'll just click around the things I want to see, and I don't mind if people do that with my videos. But thank you for watching my video. I got some footage of the gaming event. I didn't get a walkthrough of the venue, so I apologize about not having a full walkthrough. But I did have a lot of fun at the event. It was so nice seeing so many creators and other people that I know, like in the industry. David had like Debug Magazine there, and there was like indie games there, and I think there was at least one of the games that might have been at was there. It was a card game, but I didn't get to ask that. Yeah, I think my brain was a bit fried to even be able to ask stuff. I didn't even pass out any of my business cards to any of these people, and I brought all my stickers to the event, and I only passed out the stickers to my mod. I completely just didn't even pass them out to anyone else, which I always have stickers on me, and I always pass them out at events. So, you know, sometimes these things just happen. But I had a blast at the event. Thanks for watching my video. I got some footage for you. It's not a true I think it's not a true representation of the whole event and how amazing it was, because yeah. I think you can understand what I'm trying to say, right? Maybe not, maybe not. But if you like the video, then that's cool. If you like the footage, then that's cool, because it was a fun event. But yeah, thanks for watching my video, and like it, leave a comment if you see this, and subscribe maybe? You don't have to subscribe, but thank you. Big Fuzzy Yak.
It's a really bad idea that what I should show you is just 20 seconds, so that you come back wanting more. But I thought that's not fair. These are my peeps from Timeless.
Right. I'm also a ventriloquist. Are you really? Yes, I am.
No way. Let's wait. Careful. When the rollout of a new artificial intelligence goes wrong.
Yeah, thanks for watching my video.